Internet. So yeah, um, this video is about my top games or favorite games of 2020. Usually the format is like, I'll take my top five, and it's basically, they're all tied for first place, and it's like a five-way tie for first place, and those are my favorite games of the year. But last year, it's like I played a lot of games, but I could not come up with five that I felt were deserving of you know, like the title. So there are a lot of good games I played, but it's like they weren't like to that level. And then like the game that I did play that like I was like this is my favorite game. It's like, it was just so far in my opinion ahead of everything else on like that I played. I was just like, wow, that's there's no real point to like even, nominate or not nominate, but like, give it to like any give consideration to anything else because this one just blows everything away. I mean, there's like another game that comes close, so it's like there's like two games on this list as opposed to the usual five. But let's get started before I just start like rambling on. So the first game I'm going to mention is not the game of last year. It's like it's one of my favorite games, definitely a top game. Uh, I mean that being said, I was looking forward to it. I have a lot of nostalgia for this game, and then also this game came and it basically just it did things I did not. I mean that's the like it's like a multiple in many ways this game on many levels this game did things I didn't expect it to do, but then the execution it worked. It was like, how's this gonna work? I don't know, man. And I was just like, I was semi skeptical, but then like I was looking forward to it because I was like, I know I'm gonna play it, and it's like, oh man, I'm excited. And like, okay, I'm talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake because yeah, I'm a huge fan of the original, and it was my first JRPG, and just like sucked me in down that rabbit hole, and so I have like a lot of fond memories and just like a love for that game, and just like I just obsessively played it the original when it was out, so it's like looking forward to this one, and it came out, and it was yes. I mean that being said, there's like kind of some caveats with this game, but I'm not. It's like I can't really fault the game for how it is being exploited by the publisher to like extract all as much money as it can from the user base. So it's like, and on the one hand, it was a great, return to Midgar because it's basically 40 hours of Midgar. Yeah. Wait, no. Is it Midgar? I haven't even played it in so long. I forgot how to say the name of the city. But Midgar. I think it's I think it's Midgar because it's like I'm always saying Midgar, but it's like I think I was like, oh, I was saying it wrong this whole time, Midgar, but it's Midgar. Anyway, so you have like 40 hours in this one location, but it is just like so elaborate and ornate, and just like the attention to detail is so intricately woven throughout the environments and the character models, and it looks amazing. And of course, the soundtrack is like it's basically if they're not reusing it, they're making it even better, and it's just like amazing soundtrack because it's the same, but it's some of the stuff is like reworked, and it's just man, there's like one, there's one specific adaptation of the battle theme that is like a high intensity, high paced, just amazing. It's basically like the chin up pull up mini game, like that one like when it plays there, and it's just like I love that, I love that arrangement of the song. It's just super fast and amazing, and just like yeah. And then it's yeah, it was a great fun time. I mean, not all the characters are there, but we saw Kate Sith for like a second. There's no Yuffie, no Vincent yet. Who else are we missing? No Sid. Uh, but looking forward to seeing them later on, hopefully. And yeah, that was great. Yeah, like it was yeah, like has all the like great the antagonists, and they're like care. That's the other thing, dude. Is like it's fully voice acted, so it's like a complete. It's just a complete. They did it in it. That's like I can't really say enough about it. It's just a home run as far as they took what it was, brought it into the modern era, and it works. And it's like for me, I enjoy the ATB turn-based style. So I was like really nervous and like ooh about like how will they do the battle system, but it works. Um, and it kind of falls apart on the higher difficulties because the AI is kind of but it's like oh it's that's like on hard mode. On normal mode, it's not really that much of an issue. So, but yeah, it does work, and I'm actually quite glad that these summons were nerfed because you can't just like have a win button on on your summon and just have it like be super powerful. That's your thing is like the level cap is like there, but it's whatever, dude. It's like a whole. It's like it seems it's definitely more balanced because it doesn't seem like it's super broken, but whatever. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm kind of like thinking about playing it right now, but I'm not going to because I'm currently playing Yakuza. So like it was on my brain. I wanted to play it, but yeah. There's also there's a song that plays at like the very beginning, like chapter one, chapter two, and I don't know exactly where, but like after the train crashes, right when you're coming back to Midgar from the reactor, the first reactor that you blow up, um, and it has like it's like a very it's not the same song I don't believe, but it's like very like similar to like one of the like the themes or songs in the Advent Children when they do the prologue flashback sequence, and it's very just yeah. I mean, the music in that game is just so good. It's like it just it gets me. It just get like the music gets me, and then like everything else is like so good that it just like and also it like yeah like they just did such a good job of like translating it to like modern times. All the character models and like man, all the Tifa outfits, and then that man just yeah, and then Aerith's characterization and like yeah, just all the voice acting and like the part when you're in Shinra HQ and you choose to go up all the stairs and like Barret complains at the very top. That's great. I love that. Just yeah, I mean yeah, it's like they did take some like it's not like a one to one remake where it's like everything is exactly the same. 'Cause they did take some liberations on like what happened at the end, but it's like I mean on the one hand it's like I I'm like not really super annoyed by that because if you want to play Final Fantasy VII, you just play the PS1 copy. So it's like I mean it's like kind of like a two sword or like a it's like a fortunately unfortunately thing. It's like on the one hand they did some new things on this version, but unfortunately it's not exactly the same as you remember. But that's not exactly a bad thing. So it's like not knowing what's going to happen is a good thing because you can be looking forward to what they're going to do and be excited about what's going to happen. I have no idea. So yeah, like all the stuff in there with like Zack, and it's like, that's not how that happened. So yeah, it gets weird at the end, but I'm looking forward to it. I mean, that being said, it's Nomura, so who knows, right? Like this is the first game that took however long, so who knows how many more games and however long it's gonna take to get the whole thing and like the quality of it. No, I'm a bit nervous, but it's like I honestly don't care because like the first part, you know, in my opinion, they stuck the landing. It was great, home run. Like I said, it's a fun time, great battle system, characters and story that you know and love. Even though things have been a bit remixed, music's fantastic, graphics are amazing, um, and yeah, it was a fun time for sure. And then the other game, there's only two games. Like I said, Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, so good. Like that was the game of last year for me. Just like I played it, I could not stop playing it when I was playing it, and like I couldn't stop thinking about it when I was playing it. I just kept wanting to play it and play it and play it, and just got to the end, and then I did all the side stuff, and I was like, oh, this game's amazing, and just it was basically, in my opinion, it's like the okay, it's not like the quintessential or like the best open world game, but it's very much like the Goldilocks of open world games because it's not too much, it's not too little, and it gets like all the good stuff that you if I mean depending on like how you like your open world games. In my opinion, this is like the formulaic template of like what you should do if you're just like trying to make one, and then it's like it gets the balance completely perfect because it's like I didn't feel like when will it end like some people I've heard talk about Assassin's Creed Valhalla and just it never ends and goes on forever. And then on the other hand, it's also like not too short and like there's barely anything or not barely anything, but it's like you're done with it and you're like that's it or just like that was. I mean, not to say that like short games are like a bad thing. It's just like sometimes you just blow right through them and it's like you don't really feel like playing them again. It's like, or you play them again, and you're like, wow, I just played through this twice, and it's, there's, I mean, what's there is good, but it's Miles Morales. It's like it's a good game, but it wasn't very long, and yeah, I mean, it was fun, but eh, I'm done. Like yeah, it's like no more, no more. If I want more, there you go. It leaves you like unsatisfied. I mean, not to say I wasn't satisfied with Miles Morales. It was just that's just like one of the nitpicks. So it's not like a. I wouldn't say it's a flaw. It's just you play something else. Or that I guess it's the thing. It's like there's so many open world games, so you have so much out there that you compare it to. I mean, it's like it's a good game. It's just. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about people that or the games that didn't win, just the winners. Because Tsushima's great because it's got a really good story structure to its open world as well. Because you got the three acts, you got three areas of the island, and you progress more and more and more. Get more and more abilities. It's got that skill tree going. And it's like, oh, how am I gonna develop my samurai skills and all this fun stuff? And then you know, that's the other thing is like every objective, as far as like when you're going through the map, through all the different areas and stuff. It's like how are you gonna approach it, and it gives you the freedom with the skill tree as far as like how you're playing. So it's like I'm gonna be super stealthy, which actually for me was a departure because I usually play stealthy. But I was like I play so many games stealthily, and I love stealth games. But it's like I'm a samurai here, so I'm gonna be chopping people up with my sword. So I just went super air quote going loud guns blazing style. So that was fun. And then yeah, just the whole call out. I love the call out system when you can just like call out your enemies to like the duel. There's so many good systems in this game, and just kill the first one, and then like eventually you get that ability or the armor set that lets you like chain your kills in the duel, so you can kill like 5 enemies off the top, and just keep going. And all the duels too. Just there's like specific enemies you fight one on one. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. And you even have there's even like a side quest line or quest strain or well that's what it's called. A side quest whatever. A set of quests that are side quests, and like you like basically have these ronins in the well I think that's not correct. Ronin is plural. Anyway, there's ronin across the land, and then one by one you fight them, and each fight is like a different area, and all the setting, and just whew, man, so good. It's just so satisfying. I loved it. And then like yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Like that yeah, it's just so good, man. There's so many small touches. The graphics are amazing, and like it was nice to play a game set in feudal Japan. That was like really good because it's like dude, that's such a good. I love feudal Japan. That's just a personal thing, and it's just like Tenchu Stealth Assassin. What else? Onimusha. Um, I would like to think there's like more than 2 games I could name that are like feudal Japan, but I'm like thinking in my brain. Way of the Samurai. I guess Mark of the Ninja. No, not really. That one's like a different. It's not completely feudal Japan, but yeah, it's like it was just a nice uh era the game set in. Great, great setting, and like great characters and all that cool stuff that comes with it when you're in feudal Japan, like all the like the costume design on all the characters and all the architecture of all the buildings. Like I said about all the like I said about Final Fantasy, it has like all the good stuff. It's got like I would say, I mean I don't really, I mean I whatever. Yeah, it's got like it does all the good stuff. It does like it looks amazing. It plays amazing. And then like when you're just immersed in the game playing it, it's just like oh man, it's so good. And you get a horse, get to name your horse, and then man, there's a great villain. That's also yes, like great antagonist. Like Khan dude was oh just whoo great villain. Just his tactics that he used. He's like I'm gonna use the samurai's abilities against them as I like learn their ways, and really really satisfying to take that guy down because man he did some bad things. He starts off that's the other thing is like it was a great villain moment like from the start of the game because like he does something really bad at the beginning, so you just have like your upward, like your collision course as like you're like, oh, I'm gonna get him, but then like over the course he's like still doing bad things, and it's just like, oh, and like the climax is just like, oh, so good, oh, so good, and just man, open the gate scene. I will always remember the open the gate scene. That was great. That was fantastic. Whew, man, there's a lot of good scenes in that game, and like even like the flipping like storylines within. That's a good thing. Is like there's like a lot of side storylines, like with the Jin and Yuna. It's like oh, it's like, but then it doesn't turn out like you think it will. And it's like oh, but you thought, oh, but you were wrong. Oh, what's up with that? That was great. And then there's like the side quest with the I can't remember which specific character, but it's like the one. The, I don't want to say what happens at the end because I don't want to give it away, but it's like the one lady that is like, she's not an assassin. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played it. So that's the other thing is I haven't played the games in a while because like I haven't played a lot of stuff that was like the last couple. Well, it's January, so obviously, right? Or it's like almost February, and I haven't gone back and played these, but I did platinum them both. So I guess there's something about there's like there's that. I don't usually go and platinum a game, but those ones I enjoyed them so much. I even did that. I went and got a platinum trophy on them, but yeah, there's a lot of really good side storylines in that game too, and side characters that are fun. And yeah, just the graphics are amazing. I probably said that like 5 times. And just when you're going on your horse and the wind, that's the other cool thing, dude. Is like the wind is guiding you because it's like the spirit of your I can't remember which parent, but like they've passed away, and it's like they're guiding you to your objectives. I thought that was very touching. I thought I very much enjoyed that element as well. It's like it's not just like in every other open world game where it's just like an arrow or a waypoint line. It's like the actual wind, and it's just like whoosh in the environment. You can tell which way it's blowing. It's very subtle but very cool. I very much enjoy that specific mechanic. That was cool. There's a lot of just like cool small things, like all the costume and like customization stuff. Like you're like I didn't like I was playing, and then I would be having on like certain set of armor, right? And I'm just like playing the way I'm playing, and I didn't know that like as you play and like you do certain things, it unlocks different armor. So I had like armor that would like randomly like change to black or change whatever, and I was like, how did this change this? And it's like I guess if I'm being more stealthy or whatever, it does this, and if I'm doing more this way, you can customize it this way. But then eventually you unlock the ink merchant, and you can like just change the dyes, which is pretty cool, which is nice. There's a lot of or a decent amount of customization. I enjoyed that, and then like all the skills. Mm. Yeah, that's a great thing. It's like an open world game with RPG elements. That's kind of like my jam right now. Just it doesn't have to be like super explicit as far as like RPG stuff. It's just like it's like a level up system, skill tree, customization, and numbers. It's not a big ask really. Anyway, those are my two favorite games last year for sure. My top games of 2020. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima. I thoroughly enjoyed them and highly recommend them to anybody. I guess there's other things like the more I think about like what game of the year means to me is just like it's like a game I'd recommend to anybody. But that being said, it's kind of hard honestly. It's like 'cause you can't like not everybody's gonna like everything, but it's like for me it's like it's not just like really liking a game. Though that being said, that's like one of the qualifications or prerequisites. It's like I have to just like really enjoy it to really like it, and then it has to be like so good that even like yeah, there's the games that like in my opinion that go like above and beyond. It's like not only do I enjoy this game, but I would recommend this to somebody else. So it's like maybe they only play like racing games or first person shooters or whatever, but it's like I would say check this out because it just has the this is something you should check out and play because it's a good game. At least I thought it was a good game. So, and you might too. But yeah, that's my two favorite games last year, 2020. Only two this year. Usually I do five. Um, and then in the comments, or not in the comments. That's not wow. My brain. Sorry, thinking about games. In the description thingy, I will put a link to all my previous years I've done this. I closed my Chrome, so I can't look it up. But I think I have it going back to like 2013 or 12. I could be wrong. Whatever. You'll see it in the thing in the description. And yeah, every year I do this, I'm gonna just keep putting the links now that I've actually got a link list on the last one I did, so it makes it easier. So, but then like like 2018 and 19, I did last year because I was super late. So this time I did them very recently, but then it's like there's not 5 games. I mean, there's other games that people say are good I just haven't played. So I haven't played Hades. Well, besides Hades, it's like I don't think there's a lot of games last year that were really good that people talked about that I hadn't played. So it's whatever. Um, I almost went on a tangent about a certain game that was like everyone was looking forward to, but was like I mean I enjoyed it, but I would not after what happened with that game give it this award. So yeah. Um, but yeah, that's it for this video. So feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends. If not, that's cool too. I guess apparently there's like a bell that you can click on now to give you notifications if you are subscribed or something. Whatever. Yeah, it's a whole thing. YouTube, whatever. You know how to use it. You don't need me to tell you. You don't need me to tell you. Yeah, it's like whatever. If you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't, you didn't. Anyway, that's it for this video. Oh, actually, I guess I'll plug myself because I do actually have playthroughs of both of those on my channel. So there's somewhere. There's somewhere. They're in the playlists. I got all my videos like categorized by playlist on the channel. So just look up the playlist. You can just type it up and be like, "Go to Tsushima" or Final Fantasy Remake. I haven't done the multiplayer stuff on Tsushima, but it's like I don't really feel. I'm playing something else right now. I might go back to it, but it's like honestly, I'm just I don't know. I'm so single player focused lately that I don't. I feel like this is the problem I have with another game I didn't want to mention, but Destiny. It's like the time I spend playing that is like time I could spend playing other things because it's so. I mean, it's kind of like it's whatever. I'm completely getting off topic. I'm getting the video. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. In the description, there's gonna be links to the previous game of the year game videos. And I think I'm gonna like go ahead and just like go in and like put them in the description, so you don't have to like wait for me to like talk or like whatever. Some of them it takes me a while to get to, so it's like or it's like yeah. Anyway, it's just like nice and like organized and like just listed it in the thing. So I'll put like Final Fantasy Remake goes to Tsushima in the description as well. I keep saying comments. All right, I'm done. So yeah, until you see or hear from me again, thanks for watching, and I'm now signing off.